Hello and bah humbug. Today we'll be making bronzed fish. There's only one difference between blackened and bronzed, and that's the type of pan you're cooking it in. Searing something on very high heat with Cajun seasoning in a cast iron skillet is called blackened. In any other kind of pan, it's called bronzed. Now, this is an old school rule that isn't really practiced anymore today, except in a handful of restaurants in the deep South. But since I know this rule and I don't have my cast iron skillet with me, I would feel like I was being untruthful if I titled this video Blackened Fish. The first thing we'll need is our blackening seasoning, or Cajun seasoning. When it comes to blackening, I never use store-bought Cajun seasoning because most of the time, the first or second ingredient is always salt. And I used to work for this Creole chef that would always say, "Don't tease me with the seasoning." So if we were to make it the way he taught me, using store-bought seasoning would make it turn out way too salty. So we're gonna make our own Cajun seasoning without salt. In a bowl, add 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. It's okay to use regular paprika instead of smoked if you don't have any. Just use 3 tablespoons instead of 2 because the next ingredient is 1 tablespoon of paprika. Then add 1 tablespoon of cayenne. You can go with more or less depending on your personal taste. And 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Now add 1 teaspoon each of black pepper, white pepper, garlic powder, dried oregano, and dried thyme. Before we cook our fish, let's cook some veggies to serve with it. Here I have 1 bowl with some squash and carrots cut into half moons, and another bowl with some peppers and onions cut into, let's just call it rough julienne. So let's blanch our veggies before we saute them. Blanching is basically par cooking something in a liquid. In this case, we're using almost boiling salt water. So we'll add some of our squash and carrots and some of our peppers and onions and let them cook for about 2 minutes. While those are cooking, put a pan over high heat. If you're wondering what I have cooking over here on the left, 1 pot is Lebanese style rice and pasta, which we'll be using for this video. I'll throw a link to how to make it in the description and up in the top right corner. And in the other pot, I've used some of our seasoning to make some Cajun boiled peanuts. Same deal. I'll put links in the description and in the top right corner to that video as well. After 2 minutes, add a little oil to your pan and transfer your veggies. Season with salt and pepper and toss it a couple times or stir. You're literally only sauteing them for about 60 seconds. I like to finish the veggies with a little dried dill weed. Give them one last toss and cut off the heat. Then cover and set them aside. Now let's bronze our fish. First, place a pan over high heat, and while that's heating up, we'll season the fish. Salt both sides, then season both sides very liberally with our Cajun blend. Remember, don't tease me with the seasoning. Now add a little oil to your pan, then add your fish and cook it for about 4 minutes on each side. Okay, now that the fish is done, let's make a sauce. This is a very quick and easy lemon cream sauce that I love to use with Cajun food. First, transfer your fish to a plate and set it aside. Then give your pan a quick wipe down with a rag and place it back on the heat until it starts to smoke. Once the pan starts smoking, add a little cream, salt, pepper, and a squeeze of lemon. Let the cream reduce for about 60 seconds, then remove it from the heat. Okay, let's plate up. First, we'll put down our Lebanese rice and pasta. If you want to make it pink like this, just add 1 tablespoon of sumac instead of the 1 teaspoon that the other video recommends. Now we'll add our veggies, then our sauce, and lay our fish right on top. But we still have some leftover seasoning. Let's take it and make a marinade for all this chicken. Just click this video and skip to the 3-minute marker. Thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye, good night, and as always, bah humbug.